Take a look at lesson 3 from unit 3 of 8th grade math. We are still working with proportional relationships, and this warm-up kind of takes a look at multiplication as scaling. So since we're still looking at scale, kind of scaling is about what you count by, which is multiplication. So that's kind of where this ties in. In activity 2, looking at these different representations, students are still looking at scaling, so they have a blank axes and they have to fill in the scale, but they're doing this from word problems and equations on number 1. In number 2, there's the word problem and a table, so they're using that and coming up with the equation and the graph. So we're really doing a lot of work with multiple representations, which we know really cements kids' understanding. And your kids have done a lot with slope and graphing and these proportional relationships the last 2 days, so let them struggle through this. I think it'll be really good to let them see what they can do with this, especially with partners. The synthesis for this also is good because it starts not just looking at scale, but relates the constant of proportionality as they write those equations to the rate of change in the situation. So make sure you kind of talk about that a little bit. The info gap here is relating these table and the data in there to the problem what it asks for. Remember, kids have to ask for something very specific here. Make sure that as you're doing this, you don't call this a data card, but you call it a data card, not an answer card. We want to highlight the fact that no kid has the answer. One kid has the data, one kid has the problem. And then as you do this, the second time, kid who had the data card the first time should have the problem card the second time. All right, and the are you ready for more could be helpful here because pairs will probably finish the info gap at a different rate. And so make sure you have enough cards so that when you're ready to switch out and kids can go as they're done to the are you ready for more. And then for the lessons or the synthesis of this, it's looking at how you chose your scale and again, looking at rate of change. And so those are those big ideas. We're moving to that rate of change in this, and then you can see that's in the glossary at the bottom.